Hi folks, CodeTutor here and my name is Anil Deshpande. Welcome to the next video on Kotlin collections, and in this video we will talk about some of the operations that we can do using Kotlin collections. Well, there are 8 different types of operations that you can do. Something like transformation, filtering, plus minus, grouping, retrieving a collection parts, retrieving single elements out of the collection, ordering and aggregate func operations. And in this video, we will mainly concentrate on transformations. If you look at the official documentation of what transformation means, it basically means functions which build a new collection from the existing ones based on some transformation rules that are provided. That is, if you give that function a collection of n elements, it returns a transformed collection of equal length, that is n elements. That's what the transformation means. And some of the commonly used transformation functions in Kotlin are map, zip, associate, flatten, and string presentation. So let's understand these things through a set of demos. To get started, let me create a list, and to make it little bit more fancy, I will create a list of a custom class called as person, which is a data class. If you don't know what data class is, I suggest you have a look at one of our earlier videos. So let me create a var people. It is a list of person, and under that me create a person. Let me add a couple of more items. These are couple of more items, and if I just print the people, this is what you get. Now what we will do is we will use map function, the very first one that I was talking about. So let me create var transformed list people dot map, and what I will do is I want to basically create a transformed list that contains only first names. So I can write it dot first name. This is the rule that I am specifying, and then if I just print the transformed list, you will see that it just only prints the first names, and if I just put last name, it just prints the last name. Or I can be a little bit more adventurous. I can do something like a combination of first name and last name. And if I run this, now the names that are a combination of first name and last name. So that's what this transformation means. Sometimes you may want to use the index along with the value to do the transformation. For that we have map index, and as you can see, the first parameter is index, the second parameter is person. Now let me incorporate this index and person to do the transformation, and if I run this, it is going to basically use the index as well. Right now I am just printing it like this, but if you want to do something more complicated than this, you can of course do that. There is another very useful version that is available, which is map not null. What exactly map not null means? Sometimes when you apply a rule to do the transformation, the result might be a null, and you want to ignore those things. Let me do that without not null function. So map, I will write something like if it dot nationality is not equal to say Pakistan, then I want to access it dot first name else null. And if I run this, you can see that wherever there is a Pakistan, it is returning me a null. I can do even Indian here, and of course this doesn't look good. And if there is a null in the transformation, I want to ignore them, and that is where map not null can be used. And if I run this, now you are going to get the values ignoring the null values. And there is another flavor of this, that is map indexed not null, which of course means it ignores the nulls and also provides you with the index, which is quite similar to the map index that we had seen earlier. You can just write it and see how it works. So that's about how the map works. And of course you might be wondering whether I can do something like this with a map as well. So let me create a map of city states. We have used something similar to this earlier as well. So it's a map of capitals and the states, and what I can do is I can write something like print ln city states dot map, and it takes an argument of entry type, which is a map entry. I can transform it into entry dot key, and if I do this, it just gives me all the key. And then of course I can do value. And if you want to avoid doing all of this, there is even simpler method, map keys, and it gives us it dot key dot say uppercase, and it basically prints transform map with the keys updated to capital letters. But of course, if I print the original city states, you will observe that that has still retained its original state. There, the keys have not updated to the capital letter. So basically, one of the thing that you need to be aware is that the map doesn't change the state of the original collection. It only gives you another collection with the modified whatever the transformation rule that you have set. That's very important thing to keep in mind. So that's about how to use maps with the collections of say list or a set or a map. Other than this, what we are now going to look at is something called as zipping. What exactly is zipping? As the name indicates, works just like a zip, which basically takes one list and another list, that is one collection and another collection, and attaches them together to create some kind of a relationship. So what I will do is I will create a city, and let me write just name of some cities here. And if you just see here, the length of the city and the length of the people is one and the same. So I want to basically zip the people and city, and let's see what it prints. So println cities dot zip people, and if I just run this, it basically created Bangalore and associate it with the first element in the people list. That is, here is the first element Bangalore, and here is the first element in the people. So Mumbai is the second element in the cities, and Amit is the second person here in the people list. So you get the point. That is what the zip does. For the next demo that I am planning to show you, it would be better to have this zip list into a separate variable so that I can do another function on top of that particular variable. So let me just display this. And of course, if you can zip, you can unzip as well. That would be pretty simple. Ziplicity dot unzip, and if I just print this, it is going to return me a list containing two lists. One, the list of all the cities, and then a list of all the persons. You can also access them with dot first and dot second variable names. Right now this is all the cities and this is all the person, and that's how this works. This can be quite handy tool when you have two collections which are of equal length, which you might have got from two different sources, but there is some kind of association, and when you want to work with them, you want to put them together. So that is where this zipping helps you out. The next function that we are going to look at is called as associate. That brings us to the end of this particular video. Don't forget to like, comment, share the video and subscribe to the channel. Take care. Bye.